I don't think anyone who hasn't ever fought can really understand what it's like to go completely against all logic and get into a cage with somebody who wants to hurt you. And the reason that I keep doing it is because it's so raw. It's me versus you, and the better person will win. And people get a little bit mixed up with this whole kind of violence side of it. And it is a violent sport, but it's not an angry sport. I'm not in there hurting somebody because I don't like them or I want to see them in hospital.
This way, overhand right, push his hands up, bottom, drive, and look, my head's this side, okay? I'm not going to get guillotined, okay?
MMA is mixed martial arts, so it's a combination of striking, wrestling, jiu-jitsu, any martial arts combat system brought together to create one fighting style. I first started training in MMA probably about 2 years ago. I had a reasonable career in kickboxing, and I was at the stage I had 2 world titles, and I wanted to up my game a little bit and up my training and see where I could go with it.
You're doing all the work, but I couldn't remember when I saw you do MMA round. I was thinking, you haven't done any of this week. The fight's going to come in like a week's time.
I'm fighting a girl called Cherie Buck. I don't really know much about her. I've seen one video of her fighting, and that was a while ago. She's a jiu-jitsu girl, from what I can gather. I think she's quite tough. I think she's strong, and she's hard. She's willing to kind of do what needs to be done. And for me, this fight is going to be a great test, really, because the first time I did an MMA fight in May 2010, I didn't really have that much experience. It was my first fight. I trained for it, but not that I didn't know how to train, but I hadn't had the experience of being in a cage and doing the MMA fight and knowing exactly where my weaknesses are. And so since then I've been able to work on the things that I thought that I was lacking. So I guess this is the test to see whether or not I've been doing the right things.
Break. Wrist. That's it. Thanks, David.
My childhood was good. It was fairly normal, I guess. It was me, my mum, my dad, my sister. We always did a lot, and we did a lot as a family, and I was always encouraged to kind of learn things and do things and kind of figure it out for myself. When I was 9, my father died, so that was hard, and it kind of shot me straight to adulthood and missed my teenage years. But while I wouldn't wish it on anybody, it's probably shaped who I am today. So. My inspiration comes from, I guess, from my mum more than anybody, which is ironic because she hates what I do. But, and this is what I say to her when we're having an argument or something about it, or she's trying to convince me yet again to stop fighting. I say, well, you made me this person that wants to achieve and be the best and everything else, and you told me never to let anyone else tell me who I am, and she obviously doesn't like that. Fighting is just as much about what's going on in your head as it is what's going on in your body. So I think it's her resilience and strength that has been kind of fed into me. Motivation to get into the gym is generally that I don't want to get kneed in the face. So if I have a fight coming up and I know I need to train for it, then I have to put in the work. I have my days where it's still a struggle to get in there, and that's when Wes comes into play, and he kind of brings it all home for me. Wes is my coach and a very good friend. He took my very first ever kickboxing class. I came in for a trial class just to see if I liked it, and he taught it. So from day one till now, he's been by my side.
Anyone you ask, the person that Helena lets most people see isn't actually who she really is. Once you get to know her and you get through it, she's actually a bit of an idiot. Like she's like a giant child. She runs around like a 5-year-old and stuff. It's hilarious. But she's at the same time, she's very hard, very stony, very strong-minded.
I've known him for about 5 years, and during that time we had a relationship for 2 years. And we definitely, the fact that we were both in the same sport, and because we were in a relationship, that meant that, you know, we weren't neglecting our boyfriend or girlfriend because we were training or because we wanted to go to a competition. So you didn't have to worry about that kind of stuff. If anything, we ended up spending more time than you could ever want to spend with somebody.
If I'm honest, I'm essentially two people. I mean, we're all different characters, aren't we? I mean,